Hey, 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 it's Nerdstalgic. Alright, so that was my really bad Fat Albert impersonation. Today I thought that we would play some of a little indie game that I bought that I thought was really fun. Um, and I thought it looked pretty cool. It's called Holy Potatoes, a weapon shop. I did some research on the company that made the game, and they're called Daylight Games, and they're a social media game maker from, I think, Singapore. So that was kind of interesting to me. Um, but I've played the game a little bit, and it's pretty fun. Um, so I guess I'm gonna show. We'll play through some of it together, and maybe if you like it, you'll end up getting it. If you like games like it definitely has a Harvest Moon influence. It also definitely has a Weapon Shop de Omasi, if you played that. Um, so, anyways, let's get into it. So we're gonna start a new game. Where is that silly Spud? I said to meet me here in the morning. He's really not like his grandfather in any way, going by that letter he sent back. Dear Mr. Agent, of course I'll come. What's good to eat in that part of town? That silly, empty-headed fool. So kind of the shtick behind this game is that, of course, everybody looks like a potato. Of course, it's all the better for me to... Hey, Mr. Agent, is that you? Oh, you're here at last. Sorry, I got lost. All right. I've been waiting all morning. Stand back for my welcome spiel. Hello! You must be the grandson of Batata, the legendary potato smith. As the late Batata's only grandson, you have inherited your grandfather's legacy, his blacksmith shop. I was your grandfather's trusted partner, and we had an agreement where I own 99.9% of this weapon shop. That doesn't seem fair. The 0.01% he owned will now be yours. I hope that one day you two can become a legendary potato smith like him. Let's work together and earn lots of starch. So, this is the monetary compensation you get for selling weapons in this game. Starstruck. Hang on, starch, isn't that what we're made of? Yes, but it's also our currency. You do know what starch is, don't you? Oh, starch. Yeah, I'm not very good with it. Mom has been giving me pocket money for years. Right. Well, don't worry, I'm great with it. I'll help you with complicated finance stuff and expand our business worldwide. This guy's a real sleazebag. Together, I'm sure we can make lots of starch. Yay! But how? Well, for starters, you're gonna need to forge powerful weapons to do that for us. Here, let me teach you how. Alright, I can't wait. But first, do you have anything easier than Patata Lata Kartoffel P Ardoppel Papa that I can call you? So we're just going to, we'll name him Nerdstalgic. There we go. And we'll call this Nerdstalgics. Nerdstalgics. We'll just say Nerdstalgics. There we go. Alright, so this is the basically the main screen for the game. I mean, there are some other screens, but a majority of your time will be spent on this screen. Like I said, I've played a little bit, maybe an hour or two, just enough to get a feel for the game and decide whether or not I actually wanted to make some content on it. Yeah, so introduction. Welcome to the weapon shop, Nerdstalgic. Here's 500 starch. Get you started courtesy of Agent 46. Isn't he awesome? You're new in town, so obviously no Spud knows about you yet. You'll earn fame and get famous when you start selling weapons to heroes. The top right panel shows the date, the current season, and the present weather conditions. Here, you should meet Laura, your first smith. Smiths will work to make weapons for you. Click on Laura Craft to get started. Laura's a designer. She's good at adding attack to weapons. So here you can see, this is kind of like her little smith info chart. She's a designer. If you hover over it, it'll tell you, you know, there's experience. I don't want to go too much into some of this stuff because I think it kind of explains it in the tutorial here. Smiths can add attack, speed, accuracy, and magic stats to weapons. So we have attack, accuracy, speed, and magic. They need to be standing in the right place to work, though. The colored spots on the ground are where the smiths can stand. Laura Craft has high attack, so she'll work best in the red attack spot. Click on the red attack spot to move Laura there. So as far as I know, these doesn't matter. So just put her on one. So I'll put her on this one. Look! 2 more smiths have come to join you. Bulk Bogan is a craftsman, and Russet Peters is a metal worker. Craftsmen work better on speed. And metal workers on accuracy. I'm sure they do work better with speed. You can click on the smiths while they work to learn more about them, or check out the smith panel located in the bottom left corner of the screen. So this is the smith panel. So we could theoretically, I guess, click on one of them. Can't do it right now. Let's get to work on your first objective, forge a dagger. Click the forge button. You can see the objective popped up here. Is it any surprise that thieves like daggers? Learn about hero preferences by hovering over portraits. For now, though, click start when you're ready to hit some metal. So you get to work. Heroes also have stat preferences. Since thieves prefer speed over the other stats, make speed the primary stat of the weapon by placing a smith in the green speed spot. So, we already have, I think, Bulk Bogan there, right? It looks like it. Or maybe not. Oh. Oops. Oh no. I hope it didn't ruin it. You can do it, Bulk. Or maybe not. I think I waited too long. I failed my first objective. I failed the tutorial, guys. Oh my god. Alright, so you get an option to name the weapon if you want. Since we're gonna be like making a lot of stuff, it would take a lot of time to have to individually name each weapon. So I'm not going to do that. So as you can see, after you finish it, it shows you the stat allocation for the weapon, and unfortunately, the primary stat became accuracy because I didn't move Bulk Bogan over quick enough. I can't believe it. My first weapon. Don't go all starry-eyed on me, Nerdstalgic. We're not done yet. There are tons of heroes around the world who need new weapons. Now that you've made a weapon, you need to sell it to them. I feel so happy. So happy I feel like singing now. I'm not gonna sing this stuff. Let's get down to business to forge some weapons. Be quiet. I'm not done yet. Selling weapons to heroes lets them fight more monsters, which in turn lets them earn EXP and level up. The more your weapons benefit a hero, the more fame you'll receive. So how do I know if a weapon benefits a hero? I can't follow him out into battle, or can I? Pay attention. There's no adventuring here. You're a blacksmith. Aww. The heroes will let you know if your weapon was beneficial or not by giving it a grade. You might have made a really awesome staff, but if you give it to a rogue who has no use for it at all, you're not going to score very well. That sounds like school. Not really. You just need to pay attention to a hero's likes and dislikes. You got that? Yes. Cheer up, Nerdstalgic. It's not that difficult. Now, how about continuing your song? That should cheer you up. Oh, you like my singing? I'm going to sing a lot more from now on. What? I didn't mean that. Oh my goodness. No! Alright, your first weapon is done, so now let's go sell it. A potato's gotta eat after all. Click on the world map button below. So, this is the world map button. And in the game, we're gonna end up using it a lot, so it's pretty important. So we click on it. Let's get selling. Click on the sell weapons button above. So it's right here. There are different areas in each region that your smith can go to. Let's go to the noob village first. Click on the noob village. So if you hover over it, you can see it tells you how long it takes your blacksmith that you send, because you have to pick one to send. It's going to tell you how long it takes for them to go there. So 18 hours. And then it shows you the heroes that are at that place. So at New Village, we've got the Klepto Kid, who's the thief, Faison Fist Fury, the fighter, Alwyn Greenwood, the archer, and Terry Treehugger, the ranger. Now, the first three are all level 1. The last one's level 10. And we can't see these yet because they're locked. So I guess we'll click here. On the left panel, you can see that there are 2 heroes you can sell your weapons to in New Village. Since you're the boss, you can ask your smith to do the peddling for you. How nice! On the right panel, pick the dagger. So we pick it. And the smith. So we have to click here. Doing both will coax the start selling button to appear. So once we click one of these smiths, there'll be a third button down here that'll pop up, start selling, and that actually sends the smith to the town to do the deed. So they do get merchant levels. You can see merchant level right here, 1/15. So as you send them to sell things more or to buy supplies, because that's a part of the game too, they'll advance in level, and that means that you'll either get a discount when you buy supplies, or when you sell you'll get kind of like a bonus for sales. So at this point they're all level 1, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, we can kind of look at their stats and see if anybody would be good for it, like if there's any overlap to somebody that we can spare, but excuse me. But what I did notice the first time I played through is that generally when you craft, you don't want to have anybody missing. That could change later in the game, but it seemed like you really needed everybody to be able to craft things that are any good. So it really doesn't matter. Let's just pick Laura Craft here, and alright, so she warps out. You can see down here. The smith you selected will now travel to New Village to look for customers. He'll report back with some offered prices. Keep up with your merchant's progress through the smith panel. So down here what's going to happen is you see it started this little red sliver. That's just as it progresses. It's going to move around like a clock. Once it gets to about right here, you'll see it'll stop progressing, and there'll be like exclamation points. And you have to click on it, and it'll show you the offers from the people. The bottom right corner of the screen shows Wet's app. It's probably one of the most useful things in the weapon shop. Messages from your smiths, customers, and other news will all appear there. Make sure you check it regularly, except when you're smithing. Wouldn't want you to hear thumb. Very true. Your smith will send you a message on Wet's app when he finds some offers for your weapons. Okay, so you could also watch this. Normally I watch this, but I'll watch this time. Okay, so I've got a list of heroes. I wonder if I can click on her. Oh look, your smith found the customers. Go on, check out the offers they have made. So click on the smith with the exclamation point mark in the smith panel. So you can't click over here, you have to click over here. Okay, who should I sell my weapons to? There are 2 heroes with offers for you. Joy. What? You can't decide who to sell to? Maybe the expected EXP gain for each hero might help you make a choice since you gain fame when heroes level up. So, yeah, that's important. It's obviously best if your weapon matches a hero's primary stat and weapon type preference, but hey, you're the boss of this weapon shop. Select the hero you want to sell to and click sell. So, we could sell to Terry Treehugger here, level 10 ranger. Primary stats speed, so our Dirk is an accuracy Dirk, so that's not going to match. He likes bows, it's not a bow. He just likes axes, it's not an axe. So kind of estimate kind of middle of the road for him. He's offering 34 starch. Ooh. Not going to get any level out of it. Or we could sell to the Klepto Kid, level 1 thief, primary stats speed, but he likes daggers. So, and he's also offering more money. And he'll get 4 levels, so obviously this is who the game wants us to go with. Are you sure? Yeah. You'll receive a starch earned from the sale when your smith returns to the shop. Sorry, we don't have online banking here. Okay, so now we wait. Okay. Your smith is back from selling weapons. Let's see how much we made. Click on the smith with the exclamation point mark in the smith panel. So, don't you love the smell of fresh starch? These sales trips earn you more starch as you advance, but also wear down your smiths. An upset smith does not maketh a good sales potato. Click on continue. And this is true. Like, your smiths have kind of like, I guess you'd say, condition or mood. And you can even send them on vacations to improve their mood, and it makes them do better work. But, alright, so you can see here, looks like we're going to get 84 starch. Tells us the location. This is her mood, so she's actually happy. So she gets a boost to her job performance. It says, you know, we sold to the Klepto Kid, 84 starch. Because she was level 1, we didn't get a bonus. So total earnings was 84. And then you can see what he says about the weapon. It cracked halfway through the dungeon. So obviously it wasn't exactly what he was looking for. He gave it a C. So, you know, weapons can go... This is actually the lowest rating I've ever seen. But they can go as high as an S. So it's like S, A, B, C. Yeah. I was just trying to remember. I was like, did I actually see an A? But because I saw a lot of S's. Anyways. But he's still got 4 levels out of it, so that should be good, right? When smiths return from an area, they may get a random temporary status effect. Your smith is currently hyperactive. Assign your smith back to the workstation anyways. Those weapons got to get made. Click a spot to assign your smith to. So she's hyperactive. Can we see what that does? Anywhere? Ah. So, with that attack minus 20%, accuracy plus 20%. So, it's going to affect her stats. She's going to lose 20% on one and gain 20% on the other. But as you can see, her attack is so high and her accuracy is so low, it doesn't really even matter. So we'll put her back where she was. And we've completed our first objective. Look, your shop received fame. So that's right here, I think. Yep. Tell your mom, your dad, your cat, being famous will allow you to see more of the world. Literally, just keep on smithing. Alright, so, the game does a really, really good job of laying out objectives that kind of act like a pseudo tutorial, and they push you in the right direction. I mean, you can obviously do whatever you want at this point, but to progress within the game and to actually see the rest of the content, this would be what you would do to get there. So we're just gonna kind of stick with what the game is actually telling us to do. We'll just follow through there. Now, some other things that are notable on the screen, you can see now that we've got an actual speed controller up here, so you can speed it up, and it actually goes pretty quick at this speed. Typically, when I'm crafting, I put it here. When I'm not crafting, I put it here. But I think for the purpose of this video, I'll probably leave it at the low speed. Up here, you can see character name, shop name, level of our shop, how much starch we have. We can click on this. See our shop profile. I actually never have looked at this. Okay, interesting. Okay. Tickets. Tickets are what you use to actually unlock the other zones that we saw on the world map. You can see your shop capacity, 3 out of 4. So at some point we'll actually get another smith that'll come into the shop. And this, of course, is fame. If you look down at the bottom, you can see there's a bunch of stuff that's still grayed out that will unlock as we progress through the game. Weapon chest, we have nothing in there because we sold the dirt. It even tells us who we sold it to. Inventory, got some iron, 5. And it's look like 10 blocks of wood. Alright. So I guess we need to forge another weapon. So we'll click on forge. And let's see what our options are. So we can do the dirk again. And so if we look here at weapon growth, this shows the expected growth rate of each weapon stat. So we can expect a dirk basically to have the most growth in speed. Well, that's as long as you have somebody assigned to that station. Magic, accuracy, and then last would be attack, and that'll be as they forge it. Looks like we've got a bow we can make. Short bow, ranger, and archer. So, okay. Now it's important to remember you want to make stuff that's kind of designed for the people that you're wanting to sell it to. So if we were going to make one for this guy, we'd want it to have accuracy. But this guy would be speed. Now, if you look at the weapon growth over here, this bow tends more towards accuracy, so it's going to be easier to make a bow for him than it will be for him. And the hand axe, the fighter, so that wouldn't be too bad either. Why don't we, but we don't have any bronze, so that solves that problem for us. Well, I don't want to make a dirk again, so let's make a short bow. And since it naturally tends towards accuracy, why don't we go ahead and we'll focus it on accuracy. Oh, we can't, because we don't have any rope. Never mind. So we will make another dirk. Great. And his primary stat is speed, so we'll click start, and they get to work. Now, your smiths can now boost weapons. The type of boost smiths can do depends on their job class. Designers can boost attack. Craftsmen can boost speed. Metalworkers can boost accuracy. You can also boost the magic stat, but you'll find out how later. So, he likes speed. So we're going to want to boost speed. I mean, that makes sense to me. So we'll click on it. And then it's going to bring up a list of smiths that can perform a speed boost. Now, we have Bulk Bogan in our shop, and he has a 38 speed rating. Or we could hire one of these freelancers to come in and do the work, but it costs starch. So I don't think it's really worth it at this point, because we don't have much starch anyways. So let's just go with Bulk Bogan. Alright, so you're going to see a screen like that that's going to pop up when you boost, and then it actually is variable. Depending on their mood, they can actually boost more. So there is some RNG there. But I've never like seen anybody on a boost like go in and just like do nothing. Normally they do accomplish what you want them to do. Alright, so we're just gonna leave it Dirk. Okay, primary stat this time we did have bulk bogan assigned, so it is speed. That's great. Okay, so click OK. Alright, so we completed our objective. Now our next objective is to sell a weapon in New Village. So, I think this is probably a pretty good time to take a little break. So, I hope that you've enjoyed this first video of Holy Potatoes, a weapon shop. If you liked it, tune in for the next video. I'm probably going to release these maybe once a day. Don't know what time, but it'll be at the same time every day. So once you actually see a video released at a certain time, then you can know each other day when the next video will come out. So I look forward to seeing you then. Game on.